morning. We are going to make some breakfast, and it's going to be extremely easy, and it's going to be macro awesomeness. Super easy to make. I was actually overthinking it. It was so easy. I was like, well, what do I add? I was like, I don't need to add anything. I've got everything covered. So we're going to have protein because we're going to have egg whites. We're going to have fiber because we're going to use these less bandirita carb counter tortillas. They're low calorie and low carb and have fiber in them. And check it out. I made my husband some burritos this morning. One tortilla of the regular La Banderita is 140 calories with 4 grams of fat, 23 grams of carbs, and 3 of protein. Junk. Just total junk. Twice the amount of calories as the tortilla that pretty much tastes exactly the same. Simple swaps that you can help yourself with. The carb counter one is 70 calories, so that one's 140, this one's 70. Half your calories right there. 1.5 grams of fat versus 4, almost half as well. This one has 16 grams of carbs, whereas this one has 23, and this one has 1 gram of fiber, whereas this one has 11. And then it has 4 grams of protein versus this one that has 3. So that one also has saturated fat and this one does not. Junkety junk. Don't put it in your trunk. Okay, we got a swap that we can do. Regular eggs, switch it out to egg whites, less fat, more protein. You can have whole eggs too, but I want to have bacon, so I can't have whole eggs and bacon because I'm going to overdo it on the fat. Then I want cheese too. So more protein, cheese. This is no fat cheese because again, I'm getting the fat from the bacon. More protein, just rinse it, that's it. And it's so easy. That's all my ingredients. So we're gonna start with the egg whites. I've got 2/3. And we're gonna add a little bit of water so that they don't tighten up too quick. And rinse my stuff, put it away. And we're gonna just keep it simple. Salt and pepper. And some of my fancy salt. Some of my pepper. You gotta have fresh black cracked pepper because it's just awesome. You know what, I might use some of this. Maybe in a little bit I'll use that. But I'm already using the cheddar, so maybe not. Alright. Then we're just gonna whisk it. I knew I had a fork out here. My son has been throwing forks away, so he's 5 years old and apparently he just doesn't pay attention and throws them in the trash. So we're gonna whisk this up. You know what? I'm gonna use my cool little whisk. Some of these items I can put down there too for you. Yeah! That one whisks it up pretty nice. You know that shake weight? You need to shake weight as you make your eggs. That's another thing where if you notice people that live in areas where they eat food that's not the supposedly greatest for us, and they're fit, that's because they're making it. It's a lot different when you gotta make all that work versus where it's already prepackaged for you. Look how good this whisk is. Do you see how much it's fluffified? And I don't have to pull out that big old machine for something little like this. I'm kind of impressed. That's pretty good. Rinse it off. Alright, so I've got my bacon from this, and we're just gonna toast it up over here. Get a little spray of olive oil so it doesn't stick. I think my pan should be good. The way to check your pan is you throw a little bit of water in there, and if the water dances around, then it's good to go. So, if you can see the water dancing, put a little more water in there so you can see. dances around. That's because these are awesome pans. Now you can oil it. And now we'll just tear up a little bit of the bacon in there. I'm gonna chop it a little finer. I'm gonna use some scissors for that. Scissors are a great tool that I have ignored. I started watching some people that do some cooking, and I'm like, man, they're using scissors for everything. And it's like, yup, why bring out other stuff if you don't need to? Make your life simple. All right. I'm gonna get my bacon here. And we'll put our eggs in there. I might add a little garlic and onion. Cover it. Let it do its thing for a minute. I added just a little bit of that cheese flavor stuff that also 0 calories, so you can put on your popcorn. I'm gonna add just a little bit of cumin. But that's just me because I want different flavors. You can just keep it to salt and pepper. And see, because we had the pan nice and hot, it will release. We'll just let it steam a little, and that way all of it can release. All right, so we can take our stuff off the fire now and just let it release on its own over here. In the meantime, we can warm up our little tortilla. And we've got my cheese. I'm gonna pat it dry. I'm gonna add my cheese to the eggs while they are, well, they've released, so they are good to go. And us whisking them like that gives them, you know, fluff rather than just being flat. So got our eggs nice and bacony. We'll add our cheese on there. So it's nice and melty. We've got cheddar cheese to make it kind of emulate like a Taco Bell style thing. And we've got some Taco Bell sauce that we can use. That way we can have basically Taco Bell for less calories. Put the lid on so that it melts nice and cheesy on top. Now these low carb tortillas, I will say that you have to kind of have them not as warmed up because they don't have all that fat. So they're fine as long as you're gonna eat them pretty much right away. You can't really have them like sitting around for a while. The other thing is that they don't need to be warmed up as much. So just barely a little and then you put it in. So wait till your stuff is done, then get your tortilla, then put it in there. Otherwise your tortilla will turn more like crispier. It's kind of like stale-ish, I guess. But if you do it right away, then they're just the same. The reason those stay pliable is because of that fat. But we don't want that fat. We want to have something similar. You know, if it accomplishes 99% of what we were trying to get to, and you're healthier, that's 100% on my book. Same goes for the cheese. I mean, it's fat-free, but look, it's all melting up just like regular cheese. But same thing, you know, don't let it sit around because it will firm up because it doesn't have that fat. But see, these are pretty much the same. And I freeze mine because I don't eat tortillas all the time, so you can freeze them as well. And that way you have these around. And they don't go bad. So lots of stuff can be frozen and you can just access it. Same with that bacon. I have it frozen rather than it just sitting there going bad. Now I can just pull it out. And I didn't even have to defrost that, so that was easy. All right, so I like my tortilla pliable. So here it is. And we'll make our burrito. There we go. I like to warm up my skillet too. Because again, these tortillas will turn more crispy if they are not warm. And we can put our awesome, ginormous, I mean, you're not gonna get a Taco Bell burrito this big for these macros and calories. You're just not. But you can get this if you make it at home. How easy was that? How quick was that? Maybe give it a little fresh salt, a little bit of fresh pepper, and pièce de resistance, a little bit of Taco Bell sauce. Oh man, that's awesome. I'm gonna take a picture and then I'll taste it here in a little while. But I mean, look at this. The bacon, awesome. Enjoy.